Is there a way to... Oh, I can record it. Ooh. Okay, so I just messed up big time. Yeah. I think I messed it up, didn't I? So I've been live for 17 minutes, but I haven't started recording it until... Oh. Okay, I get it. Okay, so the part that you're seeing, if you're watching this on YouTube, which all of you might be if you're gonna watch this on YouTube, yeah, let's start that all over. So I am using Twitch right now to do this, and the reason is because I wanted to live stream because I didn't have much time earlier in the day with school, and I had to record some other stuff, so I couldn't really record and edit and publish it and go through all that. So I wanted to live stream. I wanted to do it on YouTube, but there's this process that you have to go through to be able to stream and all that, and I'm not really into that. So in this video, if you're watching it on YouTube, again, I was meaning to record it earlier, but I didn't, so now I am. And so, all right, I think we're going good now. My hair is too long. It is way too long. I need a haircut badly. Can't get one. I'm not gonna give myself one, but yeah. So this Twitch, the reason I'm doing this again is because I don't know if I said this in the recording session or not. Because again, this is all new. I'm doing this for the first time. Bear with me. But this is a little bit more like the radio deal. And I had a radio show at at school. Not at school right now because of the whole pandemic deal. For those of you that aren't living under a rock, you know that the pandemic's going on, and plain and simple. So what I've been doing to kind of supplement that and be doing some kind of additional content was recording YouTube videos, but I didn't really get the same radio show feel, and that's kind of what I was trying to go for, and I get it to be as much as possible. Didn't happen, unfortunately, but I'm liking this because this is about as good as we're gonna get, I think. And yeah, it's fine by me. So we had the NFL draft, and if you were watching my YouTube videos in the past month, you will have known that I was saying I don't know how we're going to have an NFL draft with all this going on. Now, obviously, there would be no fans, and with no fans, you would ask yourself, why would they have it at a big venue anyway? Well, they didn't. They moved it to good old Roger Goodell's basement, which is what you'll see here. We can, oh, oops, okay, again, this is new for all of us, so bear with me. This is what we got. Oh my goodness, this is not happening. Here we go. This is what we got. Good old Raj in his basement. Oh boy. So yeah, Raj has got a nice setup there. I don't know about that for his basement, but I mean, he's the NFL commissioner. But anyway, yeah, so he had it from his basement, and I want to get to that first because they were doing it via video chat, right? You know, they had video chat for Goodell, and then they had on ESPN, they had video chat between, all the different guys that would be, on the draft coverage, right? And, I thought, look, technology, if I could say the word right, technology is going to be an issue, right? Well, it so happened to be that it wasn't, and yeah, I couldn't believe it. I really thought that we were going to have some tech issues. There's only one instance where I saw a lot of or there's only one instance where I saw any tech glitches, rather, and it was the Dolphins, like, GM or whatever, and yeah, it was it was fine other than that, and there were some pretty nice setups in there. But anyway, I want to get to the whole video chat thing. again, as I just said, I thought there would be um, way too many tech glitches for this to work. And they had video chats with the players, some of them, and I thought there's no way this is gonna work out. Something is not gonna work. Something's gonna go a little odd. You know, what's gonna happen? So, but no, it wasn't. ESPN, now again, I get on ESPN a lot. I uh I give them their fair share of of stuff. I sure do give them a lot of I I'm very critical of ESPN because for them being the worldwide leader in sports, they do some pretty they do some stuff where you're like, that's the worldwide leader of sports, really? Are you kidding me? So, but no, last night that was probably, I think that honestly though, I think that's the hardest that anybody at ESPN has ever worked. Really, I really do. Because that was tough. That must have been tough on them to do all that because there's no way that that had to have been easy. And again, just no way that that was easy. So, I give ESPN a lot of credit. I don't know how they did it. I don't know how they got it to work. I really don't. It was really something. And we'll see how the next, five or however many rounds go. Tonight it's tonight I'm recording it at 5 o'clock ish on Friday evening, so still ahead of the second round draft and all that good stuff. So, um, yeah, I just wanted to say that I thought ESPN did a great job with all of the, all the online video chat thing. I thought they did a great job with that. I thought, you know, uh, there was a lot less tech issues than I would have even thought, which were great. Now, what I want to get to before I kind of dissect the uh, the picks and all that, and what I think, you know, how I think that all went down. I don't know if anybody else noticed this. There was a few things that that were crazy last night. I don't know what was going on, but we had the one thing that I noticed with a lot of these people is, they're all at home with their families, but I noticed a lot of them had a lot of people at their houses, and I understand you want to have some family, and I get it, but let me see if I can find a picture real quick. Let's see, 2020 draft cams, because I noticed there was a lot of people at some of these houses, and my dad and I were watching the draft, and we were both kind of saying, what about social distancing? What was going on with that? Like I can't find any pictures right now. Let's see, NFL draft. Let's see, picks. I just want to see if there was any way. I mean, we got here, Raj in his basement. We got that picture. Maybe they were trying to hide it. I don't really know. But if you were watching the draft, you may recall and know what I'm talking about. That there was many times where they would go and show the videos of these players' houses and all that, and you see all these people, and some of them were smart, like they were trying to hide them. Like I remember there was one pick where the lady, where there was, I don't know if it was a mom or a sister or what have you, but there was a family member, and she was on the phone, and she looks over and she runs over there, and she's like, no, get back, like she's telling the people to get back in the whatever the next room was. So there was many instances where my dad and I were watching the draft, and we were both seeing this, and we were like, wait a minute, I thought, now I get it, the monumental life moment, but it's also a global pandemic which is affecting so many people. You think these players would, uh, we'd be taking this a little more seriously, and the families as well, especially with some of these, you know, the families have older family members that can be affected by this. And um, players players' houses, maybe, if I can find pictures of it. Okay, we got here the man. I mean, okay, we have this one. This isn't too bad. This is fine. Um, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I see. So we got one person viewing on Twitch here, which is kind of cool. There's yeah, and like he said, Mekhi Becton clearly had more people behind the scenes. Yeah, and that's something that I noticed as well. Is that when they were trying to hide it and they got drafted, a bunch of these people would come running in from out of nowhere. It seemed like where'd all these people come from? And I want to get to Mekhi Becton in a second because there was something else that I had said about that. Here we go. This is one that you can't really see it in this picture too well. But let's see if I can open image in new tab. I think I can drag it over here and you guys can see it. Nice. Here we go. So see here, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but see how these glass doors here, all right? There was times where they were I guess right before this. They must have told him to go away or move back from the glass. But you could see, and you might be able to tell from this picture. I know it's a little blurry, but there were tons and tons of people behind the glass, behind the stuff here, and I'm thinking, and this is what, Jerry Judy, I think? I don't know, that's what it says up here. But I'm thinking, come on, this is a global pandemic, and we're just letting people in your house? I mean, I don't know, it just seemed a little off to me, and I don't know, I was kind of taken aback by that. It's like, wasn't that the whole point of having it at having a remote draft, to not have to be in mass gatherings? Just kind of made you wonder a little bit. And another thing I wanted to talk about with players at their houses is, we're all supposed to be believing that the players don't get paid, right? Or there's no bribing going on. Well, some of these players got nicer houses than the GMs and coaches. I mean, so the notion that players don't get paid, I think we really saw that may not be true, and we can't really be so naive to that anymore because, I mean, man, I really wish I could find more pictures of these players' houses, but it was ridiculous. I was looking at this and I'm thinking, here we go. This is one. I just found one. Open image, new tab. So, I mean, look, that's not a mansion house, but that's not, and this is the house that the lady on the phone, the one with the kid in her hand, this is the one that she was she rushed over to, I guess, she rushed over to the right of the shot if you're looking at it. So she ran that way and was telling people, no, get back, because there must have been 10 people like coming into the camera view, and so she was saying like, hey, no, get back, don't want the cops coming over watching the draft or whatever. But I don't know, but again, look, that's a pretty nice house. Let's see if I can find another one. There was a couple houses where I was like, now wait a minute, this is a college player's house. Let's see, what college players don't get paid. Like I said, they had nicer houses than what some of these coaches and GMs were showing. So yeah, I don't know. It was really odd. I don't know what was going on there. Here we go. This is one where social distancing, you gotta say, wait a minute. Here we go. I don't know whose house this is. Open image, new tab. Take a look at this. What kind of social distancing is going on there? Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I count 13 people there. Isn't the thing no more than 10 people or no more than 5 people or something like that? Because I mean, look at this is your NFL draft, and I mean, I don't know. I thought maybe people would be taking it a little more seriously, but I guess not. Here we go. We got another one here. Now this is a draft. This is a scene. This is a scene that I thought maybe that's more of what I was thinking we would see. Not that. I mean, that's a pretty nice looking house there. I mean, I didn't take that picture out so much because of the house, but because of how many people are in the background. But that's more of what I was thinking we were gonna see. And man, I really wish I could show the one in this house with the lady telling everybody to move back. Yeah, I was like, what? This makes no sense. We've got here. Now again, I do have one viewer on here, which is, that's great. Uh, I'm not really quote unquote prepared to be moving the images around because this is like the first time I've done this, so I'm kind of, doing everything for the first time. But this is Chase Young's house, and as the person in the comment section said, there's more people clearly behind the scenes in some of these videos. If you look to the left of this one, you can see someone over here, is over there, and I believe that there's definitely more people than what we're shown on television because, and look, again, I understand completely. This is your big moment. You're for the first time you're getting into the draft. It's your next stage, getting into the NFL. I get it. You're gonna have a celebration, right? It's like graduation or anything. You're gonna have some kind of celebration because it's a once in a lifetime thing. I get it. But couldn't you have like maybe schedule some kind of party thing when this whole pandemic is over or some bit? I just didn't think that when we're in the thick of it like this that we would see something like this. I mean, I don't know. It was a little. I was taken aback by it a little bit, and another here said it's wild. When watching the newest Jets post for Mekhi Becton, you can see at least 2 or 3 people to the right side. Yeah, exactly. And all these people started coming out of nowhere in many of these shots. And, some people were probably thinking, what's going on here? Now, I really, really, really want to find the one where all the people on the side and the lady saying, no, 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 get back, get back. But I can't find it. I think it's Jerry Jeudy. Jeudy house, maybe. Let's see if that comes up. Oh, I'm sorry. No, that was not Jerry Jeudy. I'm looking for this one. That's not Jerry Jeudy. My bad. Who's that? Who's that pick? That's not my bad. Actually, well, this one, Jerry Jeudy is another one who had a bunch of people in the background that you can't quite see in some of these pictures that I'm finding. The one I'm trying to find the guy with this one, with this house. His dad like rolled onto the floor after he got picked or something. Man, I forget who that was. And it's funny because you can't find these pictures anywhere, so the NFL must be trying to control this to not let any of this out. Like, no, we're trying to keep it pushed under the rug. But yeah, okay, when I find that guy, I need to find what was going on here. Let's see, no, that's the same picture, isn't it? Yeah. Now, and it's really funny because some of these players, I don't know, at home I guess they kind of let out their character a little more, and you can kind of tell which ones are good people and which ones you're kind of like, they could be a problem. All right, well, we got 3 viewers on here now. Oh boy, if you're just tuning in, we're talking about how some of these players are not following social distancing rules. Yeah, exactly. It's not the NFL's fault for these parties. Exactly. Yeah, I understand, but I think the NFL still, if they're going to do anything, like they're going to receive some of this where it's like, hey, wait a minute, you're not telling, people are going to find a way to blame things on people or organizations that they really just want to blame something on. And yeah, exactly. Like the posting it social media becomes a problem. This is a comment that I'm reading. When they post it on social media, it becomes a problem because it seems like they aren't in support of social distancing. You'd think they edit it better and make it seem like there are less people. And like many of these many people, the families were doing it where they were like telling people to get back. Now this is the one. If you're just two people are coming in, this is the one where I was just like, like don't even show that, But yeah, so I want to see what was it? What was I looking for? Yeah, Mekhi Becton. Let's see if I can find that. That guy. Speaking of Mekhi Becton, to what? uh, we're gonna get to the players that I think are good and the ones that I liked best. So this is one. Open image new tab. Here we go. This is one where you can see right here there are more people coming from somewhere. Happened again. Like there were more people that just came out of nowhere, and you're like, wait a minute. And it's almost like you feel like these players aren't taking it seriously, as I said. But again, it's I don't know. I just feel like, especially when if you're gonna have a party with some of your older family members that may be more immune, or not immune, maybe more susceptible to getting this, you may be thinking, why are they not taking it so seriously? But I mean, there's people like that everywhere. Um, yeah, there was a couple of them where a bunch of people were coming out of nowhere in these shots, and you're like, wait a minute. But yeah. Now, moving on from these players' houses. Again, as I said though, there were some of these ones. Let's see. 2020 NFL Draft players with nice houses. Because again, there were some of these where I'm thinking, wait a minute. Like, okay, here's one this guy got a pretty nice house, and this isn't even showing all of it. To the left there, man, I wish this would zoom in a little more. But that's a pretty nice house, and I don't know, just the thing about some of these players are supposed to be college players not getting any money. I understand maybe sometimes your parents are maybe have good paying jobs, but I don't know, that's a little too good. Like look at this one, CeeDee Lamb. I don't know what room that is, but that's pretty nice. Yeah, I'm really trying to find the one where yeah, I don't know. I just another thing that was while I'm looking for something, my dad pointed something out in the first like 10 picks. He goes, I feel like this was all done ahead of time because they were showing the players before the pick was in, and I think for like the first 10 picks, almost all of them were the player. They would show the player that was in, and it was the player that was actually picked. No, and I told him, I said, look, the first like the first ones were kind of almost set in stone. But he was catching on something. 2020 NFL Draft players not following social distancing. Now, again, I really want to find this out here. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry, I'll move on from that. Now, as for the coaches' setups, some of them had some really nice setups, and some of them had some setups where you're thinking, wait a minute, I've got a better setup than that guy. Let's see, coaches background. Let's see if I can find any nice ones in there. Now, I do have one, the Tennessee Titans one. We got to get to that because that was something in its own. That was a league of its own. Now if you haven't seen it, you're in for a treat because that was really something. It was I have a room, big flex, but I'm not trying to be. Like, why are these pictures so small pictures? No, that one's even smaller. Okay. You get the picture. I mean, in this one at least, you can tell he's putting a mask on and he's running around by himself. Now, somebody on Twitter said that he may be trying to. There we go. That's a better one. Maybe he's trying to prevent lip reading, which was a interesting idea. Yeah, I don't know. It was definitely interesting. I was like, wait a minute, why is this guy putting a mask on when he's in a room by himself? What is going on? So yeah, I don't know. Maybe he was trying to prevent lip reading, like they said. I don't know. But here we go. The Titans background. What a scene! We've got Coach Vrabel is right here. We've got I don't know, maybe his son with the mullet. There we go. We've got this guy who people said looks like from The Incredibles, which is funny. And then we've got like two normal people here. I guess his daughter or something, and Coach Vrabel. Two normal things. And at first I didn't realize this, but Titans. Let's see, Titans coach. I guess Vrabel, right? Vrabel background draft, because there was a guy that they think somebody called it on Twitter. They said they're just looking at the scene. They're like, oh my, what a scene! And somebody goes, is that guy taking a dump on the left? And I looked at the left, and at first I just looked at the guy that looked like Frozone. And I was like, he just looks like he's sitting like this. I don't see anything. And then I kept looking at the left, and I saw this right here. Can I zoom in on that? Oh my god, I can. This is perfect. Now wait a minute. This guy right here, it looks like this is like a mirror here. As you can see, the reflection of the television. But it looks like that guy left the door open of the bathroom and he's taking a dump on national television. Now, Coach Vrabel said he was not taking a dump during the NFL draft. Now, I don't know about all that, because it sure looked like it to me. Let's see, we got a quote from him here. Mike Vrabel claims Tyler, his son, was simply sitting on a stool. I don't know, because they were laughing they turned around and they were laughing. They definitely looked and they were laughing. So the Frozone guy and the daughter were laughing. So I don't know. I think we had a guy taking a poop on national television last night, which was what a treat. Oh my god, what a scene from Tennessee. It's something that only from Tennessee would we see that. But what a scene. Now on a more serious note, I guess we'll get to the picks from the draft, see what I thought was good, what I thought wasn't. Oh my goodness. What? Oh, contract extension. I saw something about Deshaun Watson for a second, and I was like, whoa, are they trading him? But no, contract extension. But anyway, you get the point. Let's get to the picks. So we'll start with the quarterbacks, and Joe Burrow, number one pick. Obviously, that was pretty much set in stone. Probably, that was pretty much going to be it, no matter what. And I think, look, there's no doubt about it. He had a really great college career, and I think it's going to be one of those things where it's a few years until he comes out and gets it together and really starts putting his game together. I don't think it's going to be like Lamar Jackson, where it's like the first 2 years he's already the MVP. I don't think it's going to be that much. I think it's going to be kind of like Aaron Rodgers, where not where he sits for 3 years and then plays, but where it kind of takes time for him to blossom a little bit. So I think that's how it's going to go. They still have to figure out what they're going to do with Andy Dalton. I think he's a free agent, I think. But yeah, I think Joe Burrow. Look, people were clowning the Bengals for being so bad and not having any people on the team. But if you take a look at their team, it's not like they don't have anybody. They have a pretty talented team. They've got AJ Green, who was injured all year, so he wasn't even on that team. You've got Tyler Boyd, who's really good. Tyler Eifert is really good. Joe Mixon is pretty solid as well. And look, all that team needs is some good defense, and they still have the rest of this draft to put things together. So, look, I think in about 3 or 4 years, this Bengals team could be really good and really dangerous. So, I'm not saying he's going to be the best guy right away, but who knows? Another thing is, who even knows if we're going to have a season this year with all this going on? That'll be interesting as well to see what happens there. But I think, look, there's no way you weren't going to pick Joe Burrow. There was just no way. Um, as for the Dolphins, they're in an interesting spot. They drafted Tua Tagovailoa, and good old Roger Goodell really butchered his name. And that's the other thing. Roger Goodell changed outfits through that draft, and I don't know what he was doing in between picks, but I think he was drinking a little bit because he was slurring his speech a little bit. I mean, and that's the other thing. We were at the fifth pick, and he said he was already kind of stuttering and slurring his speech, and he goes, he totally butchered Tagovailoa's name. He goes, Dua Tagovailoa. And that's where it was from that pick on where things started to go downhill, and his speech was really starting to get slurred, and he was just not being able to put words together in a sentence. But I don't know what good old Roger's doing, but I don't know. In his face, when you looked at him, he kind of looked like he was, not too excited. He was like, okay, I'm bored. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like it. Please help me. So yeah, it was really weird that all that was happening. But yeah, so anyway, Tua Tagovailoa. The interesting thing with him is he doesn't have to play right away, whether he's ready or not. Right, immediate injuries. And look, again, as I said, he doesn't have to play right away. He's got Ryan Fitzpatrick on the scene, who he can hold down the fort for a little while. And the other thing is, while Tua waits, if they're going to wait on him, they can use that time to build around him if he's going to be the guy that they want to be their quarterback. The other thing is, look, his injury issues are something that are definitely well documented, and could be an issue if he doesn't start, I guess, training well. And look, that's an easy card to play. He gets injured too much. That's way too easy to go to. So instead, what I say is, I mean, look, I don't know. I just don't think he's going to. I don't know. The injuries do worry me, even though I said it's an easy card to play. I think it is still. I think it's difficult. I think it is. I don't know. I just think his injuries are a problem. Too much of a problem for my liking. And I mean, look, yeah, like I said, they can use some time to make sure he's ready to go 100%. They can do that, but I don't know. Even if after they get things together with him on injury wise, I still don't know if he's going to be able to make it in the NFL. And look, he is a really good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. He is incredible. But I don't know, man. Injuries, they kind of add up after a while, and I just don't know if we're going to be able to. I don't know if he's going to be able to last through the NFL. I mean, look, he's getting injured, and some of those tackles on those highlights last night that I was watching, and some of these tackles that I've seen him get injured on, they weren't like huge tackles, like bone crushing tackles. And I'm just saying, you get in the NFL, and you're going to be taking these even bigger hits and hits that come at you even quicker. how are you going to stand through that? How are you going to be, how are you going to stick through that? And I get it. Look, you're going to the NFL. You're going to, you're going to, what's the word for it? Condition more. You're going to get stronger. You're going to get bigger. I get it. But I don't know. I don't know if he can do it. So, I don't know. Uh, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be tough, I think, for him, for sure. Um, Again, I don't know. I just don't see it from him. Now, and that's funny because a lot of people are saying that he's gonna be good and that the Dolphins did the right thing and that he's gonna be really good and have a really great NFL career. It's funny. I'm saying I don't see it. Another thing that I'm going kind of against is that people are saying, excuse me, that Justin Herbert, the Chargers draft pick, quarterback from Oregon, that he's going to be a bust. And I don't know. I see. I kind of like his game. I think he's going to do really well. Uh, and that's the other thing. Even he doesn't have to play right away either. He can start to develop his game a little bit more. Because they have Tyrod Taylor, and look, the Chargers have Tyrod Taylor to go and play if they don't want to start Herbert right away. But here's the thing. I don't know. Look, like I said, Tua is really good. Tua is definitely going to be a guy that, look, he's got talent. He's going to have some good moments for sure. But overall, though, I just don't think he's going to be like one of the greatest guys ever. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he's going to be up to the level of Breeze or Jackson or Brady or Rodgers or even Philip Rivers when he was in his prime. Like, I'm just not seeing it. From Justin Herbert, I think, look, Herbert looks a little bigger. Herbert looks like he can withstand some hits. And, I think in my book, I think he's going to have a good career. Now, again, draft picks don't make or break a season. Okay? It's, it's not a you know, set in stone thing. But I mean, look, I think, honestly, straight away, I like Justin Herbert over Tua Tagovailoa in NFL. I just like that's what I'm going with. I think many people are saying Herbert's going to be a bust and Tua's going to be great. I have it flipped the other way around, and I'm saying Herbert's going to do good and Tua is going to be a bit of a bust. I think. Now, the fourth quarterback that was picked last night was Jordan Love from the Packers, and I don't know. That was a little odd, and it depends on what way the Packers are going with this. Excuse me. Sorry. Um, look, Aaron Rodgers is getting older. He's I think 36, right? And I see the Packers kind of going down that same path that the Ravens went down 2 years ago when they had Flacco. He was their guy, and then they picked Lamar Jackson late in the first round, and people were kind of like, that's okay. I don't know. I mean, I guess they're gonna get rid of Flacco soon. I guess this guy's the next one. That's what I'm getting from this. That's what I'm getting from. That's what I'm kind of understanding that the Packers are going for. I think look, I think they're moving on from Aaron Rodgers within the next few years, and Jordan Love is going to be their future quarterback. So I don't know. I uh, I I don't know. I feel like it was really weird because I feel like I don't know. I feel like they're saying, "Hey, Aaron Rodgers, your time is basically up," and I don't know. Just odd. It kind of came out of nowhere too. Like you just like weren't expecting it at all. And look, I don't know. Jordan Love was a guy that the NFL Combine occurred, and his draft stock really rose up, and people were saying, look, this guy's pretty good. Uh, I could see the Colts taking him, and then the Colts went and signed Phil Rivers, which is another thing that Well, I don't know. The Colts traded their pick away. That's right. But still, I think that last night out of the guys, I think look Jordan Love down the down the stretch in a few years could turn out to be something. And that's the thing with most of these quarterbacks. Some of them aren't going to play right away, except for Burrow. Most of them are probably not going to play right away, with the exception of, again, Burrow and maybe Justin Herbert. But Herbert is, I don't know, or sorry, Tagovailoa is still got to make sure he's 100% healthy and ready to go. Um, but what was I saying? I lost my train. Oh yeah, that's right. Now the Packers in recent years, not in the first round, but in other rounds of the draft, they have taken a quarterback, a couple quarterbacks. They had the guy from UCLA, Hunley. They had Deshaun Kaiser. They didn't draft him, but they got him, and they didn't really turn out to be much, even though they were pretty decent in college. So I wonder, I don't know, Jordan Love, could he be another one of those people that, had a pretty good college career, had a good draft stock going for him. He went to the NFL and then didn't really do much. I don't know. Possibly, maybe. I don't know. But only time will tell. And I don't know. I think it's interesting because they were basically saying, because look, Aaron Rodgers was very open in going to the front office and saying, look, I need some talent around me. You need to draft some guys that are good. You need to draft some talent. And it was almost saying that in drafting Jordan Love last night, it was almost like they were saying, look, you're going to be done in a few years anyway. You're not worth enough to draft talent around you just for you to be gone in 3 or 4 years. So, I don't know. That was really something. I don't know. It was odd for sure, but I don't know that was odd. Now, moving on from the quarterbacks, and let's get into some of the offensive linemen. I want to bring back up Mekhi Becton real quick because he was a guy. Let's see, Mekhi Becton. When they first went to his house, now as I said, they were having the draft from the houses and all that good stuff, and man, I can't find a picture of it, but they had gone to Mekhi Becton's house after the Jets drafted him. And this guy, I think, look, a lot of people were saying that he was going to be the draft. I think he's going to be really good. He looked pretty good to me. But his dad, when they first went to his house, his dad was turned around. And if you're watching that, I thought that Mekhi Becton, I thought it was the dad. And then the dad turned around, you saw the gray all over his beard. I was like, oh, that's his dad. And then my dad, my dad, again, my dad and I were watching the draft. And my dad goes, maybe they should draft the dad to the NFL. And then I went on Twitter and I saw somebody else said the exact same thing, which was weird. But yeah, I saw the Mekhi Becton's dad and I was like, oh my God, that's where he gets his big size from. So I think he could really be good in the NFL. The guy the Giants drafted, what was it? Andrew? No, what was his name? Man, I gotta find it here. Let's see if I can find it. Giants draft. What was the guy? Andrew Thomas. That's it. He looks really good as well. He looks pretty good. I think he's gonna have a good career, and he looks like he can make it in the NFL. Let's see. Well, there was another guy from. I know there was a couple other guys as well that looks pretty good. In terms of defensive players, C.J. Henderson looks really good for the Jaguars. I don't know if he can so much. I don't know if he'll be a bust or not. I'm not really sure about that. I'm not gonna really say bust or not because he wasn't really one that they were saying, look, this guy's gonna be really good. Uh, Another guys from defense, Kenneth Murray went to the Chargers. He looks really good. I think, and the Ravens got Patrick Queen, who he looks good. And when I say good, I mean good enough for college. I'm just, look, the undersized narrative is an easy card to play, but I don't know, I'm still kind of worried about it. I'd be lying to you if I wasn't worried about it. And honestly, in all honesty, I wanted to get Kenneth Murray. I wanted us to get Kenneth Murray. Didn't happen, so be it. So I don't know. Time will tell if Patrick Queen can, work out, get his size up better. I think he could really turn out to be something really good. But uh, we'll have to wait and see again. Let's move to wide receivers. Henry Ruggs III was picked before Jerry Jeudy and before CeeDee Lamb, and that is not something that I thought would have happened. I thought it would have been the other way around. I can't believe that CeeDee Lamb fell all the way to 17. I thought he was going to be picked in the first, maybe the first 10, honestly. If not that, at least the first 15. He dropped all the way to 17, and the Cowboys got him. And in that one, with adding to the talent for the Cowboys, I think next year is look, you got to make a good playoff run next year, or Dak Prescott is out, and maybe a couple other guys. I don't know. So it'll definitely be interesting for sure. Henry Ruggs III, though, he put that Old Spice robe on. I don't know about all that. That seemed a little much for my taste, but I just celebrating, I guess. But there was look, I don't know. Jerry Jeudy, I think, is gonna be better. And I think CeeDee Lamb's also going to be better than Henry Ruggs III. I'm not saying Henry Ruggs III is no good, but I think out of those three guys, I was not expecting him to be the first one picked. I just wasn't expecting it. And there was one running back taken in the first round. That was Clyde Edwards-Helaire for the Chiefs. He's a good running back. I was thinking maybe they would take Jonathan or what's the other guy? Is J.K. Dobbins in the draft? He's really good. He's running back for Ohio State. But Edwards-Helaire he's good. I think he'll have a good career. There are plenty of guys left for the second round tonight, which kicks off in about an hour. There are plenty of guys that are still on the board. T. Higgins is good. J.K. Dobbins is good. Jonathan Taylor. There's such way more players than that for sure, that are still on the board that are really good. So, that's there's no doubt about it. That is definitely something that is to look out for. The second round will still have a lot of talented guys being taken. So, again, I'm going to be putting this on YouTube. So I'm gonna end out the stream here for oh my God, there's a big tractor outside. But yeah, thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. If you did enjoy, a thumbs up would be great. Subscribe for more content. And other than that, I'll be back in the next video. I'm out.